I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration.
I will beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties.
Are you ready?
That goes in the files.
Are you ready? Let's get it all!
Yo. Welcome back to the fifth round. As always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. And guys, man, UFC 286 this weekend. I almost said 278 because I'm looking at the poster right in front of me from the old Usman-Edwards fight. But still, 286 this weekend. I've already kind of talked about Usman-Edwards rematch, trilogy technically, title rematch. Talking about how, the more I was really thinking about it, for the leading up to it, I thought Usman for sure going to get the dominant win. Just lay on and be a little smarter this time. But, man, I'm telling you, just something's in the air this week. I don't know what it is. But the more and more I think about it, the more I'm really on the Leon train. So, guys, check that out or whatever. I'll talk more about it this week. Probably drop one tomorrow or something right before the fight. But, I do want to talk about the Gaethje-Fiziev fight real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But, it's one of those fights I've been intrigued with ever since the announcement. It's one of the most exciting fights I've been looking forward to. And, I did a little video on it back a couple months ago when they announced it. And then now I even want to talk about it a little more. Like, I'm the biggest Rafael Fiziev guy there is out there. I remember, I can't say the biggest one because I'm sure there's people I know way more about him than me. But I remember that whole Matrix kick that he dodged in kickboxing where he completely bent his back in half. I'll have the picture up here. And then he redoes it in UFC. And then, he just goes, I know he loses his first fight, but then he just goes on an absolute fucking tear. And, guys against Brad Riddell, we've seen him lose. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. And, I know a lot of people were talking about the clip of him against Bobby Green, how Bobby Green was hitting him a lot. And they're like, well, if Bobby Green can hit him, Gaethje's definitely going to hit him, which might be true. But in all reality, guys, don't sleep on Bobby Green, man. There's guys like Bobby Green, Michael Johnson, certain guys. And those two are just so happen to fight both of these dudes, or have fought these guys in their own ways. But, it's there's these guys out there that aren't the greatest at grappling, aren't the greatest wrestlers and whatnot. But if you let them have a chance to strike with you, it's night with you. We saw Michael Johnson knocked out Dustin Poirier. You see it all the time. Bobby Green has done it to a lot of people. Bobby Green's a killer. Don't sleep on Bobby Green. Dude can piece up anybody. So it's I can understand where you guys are coming from, but that's the other thing. MMA math doesn't always add up, and we've seen that so many times. It's ridiculous. I can even go in Rafael Fiziev's first loss against Moustaris or whatever. I'm awful at these names, but he knocked out Rafael Fiziev in his first fight. Rafael Fiziev knocked out Brad Riddell, but Brad Riddell beat Moustaris or whatever. So MMA math doesn't even add up. I never like adding it up. Clearly, there's certain matchups you like to kind of compare it and be like, okay, that can work. But, the one thing I find very disrespectful, and it's not even the UFC's fault, and I don't even think it's Vegas' fault. I don't even know whose fault it is, but I think people are getting too caught up on Rafael Fiziev being the new fresh blood coming in, new title contender. I think people are giving that a little too much respect. And his win over RDA was so impressive. And don't get me wrong, I say it all the time. RDA is the equivalent to like a Tim Duncan or somebody in the NBA. Not with the wins and stuff, because clearly RDA has won belts, but he's nowhere close to a Tim Duncan level of athlete that he was in MMA compared to, Tim Duncan's level in NBA. But when it comes to just fundamentally being the man, RDA is one of the first guys ever to come in just fully all around, just in tune, great grappler, great with the clinch work, great with the boxing, great with kickboxing, great with elbows, great with knees, great with literally everything that comes to it. Jiu-jitsu, judo, he's good at everything. This man is for real, just sound all over the place. So that was a real test to me for RDA or for Fiziev. And I know RDA is older, so it's not the greatest RDA, but the dude's always had the the Energizer Bunny cardio. And it's when he knocked him out in the fifth round, finished him in the fifth, that was so impressive to me. It was damn, dude, he looked phenomenal all fight. I thought he was going to win, but I don't think anybody would have thought he won in the fifth with a finish on RDA. So, that's got a lot for me, for a 3-round fight that's coming up this weekend. That's, to me, that's pretty exciting. That it's okay, he can go all 5 or he can go all 3, whatever. Gaethje's not going to tire him out or nothing. So that's going to be a good thing. But, man, just don't be sleeping. I don't know how Gaethje's a 2-1 underdog. The dude has fought so many more impressive people, and again, MMA math doesn't matter, but it's still, I like to see your body of work. And, it is shocking. You kind of forget, Gaethje's 23-4, but he's literally, 6-4, 5-4 in the UFC or something like that, 6-4. So it's that's the thing you kind of start forgetting. It's man, he has lost, some tough ones, but, he lost to Alvarez and Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier in his UFC early days where it's okay, this was still throw caution to the wind, Gaethje. But then we started seeing something there when he knocked out James Vick, knocks out Edson Barbosa, knocks out Cerrone. He does all these things where, he starts to finally get Trevor Whitman on his side, get a game plan going. And then you see it fully come to fruition finally when he beats Tony Ferguson. Goes on, he gives a hell of a fight to Khabib, but Khabib, nobody was beating him that night with his dad. And then clearly goes on to beat Chandler and all these things, beating some people, and then loses to Oliveira, which still, he was fucking him up. So that's my thing. It's like, just don't sleep on Gaethje, man. And I just did a video, too, talking about, like, what happens with Gaethje from here on out. Like, I can't specifically give you guys a certain thing that he's going to do because Gaethje said it back before the Tony Ferguson fight. He doesn't see himself fighting too many more times. He's taking a lot of damage. He wants to do things outside of MMA. So, like, he's fought the who's who. He's done everything he's had. He's had 2 title shots. Sadly lost them both, but he did give them fights. Not like he went out like a bitch or nothing. So, I find it a little disrespectful. Clearly, I am rocking Rafael Fiziev, but I'm still just sitting here, guys. If you guys are betting, like bettors or whatever, clearly I won a couple hundred a couple weeks ago on. I picked Alexa Grasso to submit Valentina Shevchenko, and I can literally prove it. I got the receipts. But it's just something I watched these fights for so long, man. There's just certain things like Rafael Fiziev's game is very good when he's a counter striker and everything, but that's Gaethje's game plan too. You know what I'm saying? Gaethje is such a great dog. I'm just saying when it comes to a striking battle like this, Gaethje, I'm taking Gaethje a lot of the time. Not every time. I'm just saying I'm taking him a lot of the time. So I'm still rocking Fiziev. I think Fiziev can get this done. I don't know if he can finish Gaethje. I think it might be one of those ones. He's just a little quicker, maybe a little quicker to the punch, maybe just a little younger. You can tell the use there. So, I think Fiziev's got more to prove. But I'm just telling you guys, don't sleep. This feels like one of them ones where it's just like, I could see Gaethje now getting a win. Fiziev's laying there knocked out or something, or just absolutely got demolished by him in 3 rounds or 5, whatever. And then you got Gaethje getting on the mic and going, "Who forgot about me now? What about now? Count me out now." I could see it now. I'm seeing it now, and I'm just telling you guys, this dude has done a lot in his career. And I just think it's very disrespectful right now to be picking Fiziev like that, at least that dominant, where he's 2-1 favorite. Like, it should be a pick 'em fight or pretty close to, if not Gaethje, a favorite. So, definitely, if you guys are trying to win some money, I wouldn't be mad at parlaying that or adding that in there, man. I'm telling you, that's a nice little double up just because I'm very impressed with what Fiziev did against RDA and stuff, but I'm just a little worried this might be a little too soon, a little quick for him to be fighting this type of level of guy. So definitely keep out for that and let me know what you guys think. I could see either guy winning here, but I'm definitely leaning towards Fiziev. But when I saw it was 2-1 underdog, I'm sitting there like, ooh, Gaethje boy, I could see him winning. So yeah, I'm starting to really, more I'm talking about this, more I'm starting to see Gaethje winning this fight. So sorry to flip flop there, but I really think Gaethje's got what it takes to get it done. I think Fiziev's the future. Don't get me wrong, but I just think this might be a little too early, too quick. So we'll see. We'll see, baby. But it's been the 5th round. As always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. Let's go.